Hey everyone, thanks for joining. It's Patty from pspapercrafts. It's been a while since I've been on a video, and I just wanted to let you know my update. I have moved temporarily to New York from Florida, and eventually I'll be moving into Pennsylvania. So right now I'm at my son's house. I'm living in an apartment in the basement, and I have my craft room set up, and I'm ready to go. I think the lighting is a little bit different here, so I'm gonna have to figure out time of day and lighting. But for a few months I'll be here, and I wanted to show you how to make this card. My grandson's turning 7 next week, and we're having a birthday party. So he loves animals and ocean creatures and things like that. So I figured I would make him a shaker card. I'm going to make this one a little bit different because I used some sequins which are kind of sticking in places, and then I used these Effervescent Elements, which are really cool. They're little balls, and I think I'm going to make sure I use smaller ones because I see some of them are sticking as well. So I'm glad I made this one, and I'll make another one for him. See, some of this is sticking on the whale. This is glimmer paper, and I think the sequins are just getting stuck there. But I thought it was cute. Hoping all your birthday fishes come true. He loves turtles, so this was a good one for him. So let's get started. I'm using the Whale Done stamp set, and it has a coordinating punch that punches out the whale and the different pieces. So I have my pieces cut already. I have my card base. This is Starry Sky. And then I'm using another piece that's, so this one, I'll just show you, is like, you know, opens like this. I decided that I wanted this to open this way. So this is a half a sheet. So this is 4 1/4 by 11, and then I scored it at 5 1/2. And then I have a couple of white pieces that are 4 by 5 1/4, and then I have this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. But I'll have all the measurements on my blog, pspapercrafts.com, if you want to see them. Now I use this Layering Diorama Dies, and I picked, I think this is the, let me just see, the 3rd largest. Let me just make sure that's right, because I already cut it out for you. I figured this is going to take a while to make this card, and I figured I'd do some of the prep work ahead. So this is the 3rd largest, and I just ran that through my Big Shot. I also have a piece of acetate. So let me just get that. That is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And this comes in 2 sheets, 12 by 12, and there's a piece of tissue. So you just don't want to get it smudged. So just be careful with that. The first thing we'll do is we'll create our little whale. And I'm using the In Color Glimmer paper. And I chose the Starry Sky for the whale. And then I'm using this Tahitian Tide for the spout and part of the whale. So let's get these punched. I'm not stamping it at all. I'm just going to punch it. And I will punch it. I'm not going to punch the bottom parts of it. I want to make sure I have the whale, and it's okay if I get those splashes. And we'll just keep him. And actually, I punched him the other way. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just looking. I must have punched him this way. I'm just thinking if it's going to matter with the sentiment. No, I think it'll be okay. We'll just go with it. I didn't even realize that. So now I want this piece. Oh, and I want one of the fins here. Let me just get that as well. Usually I do punch from behind so I can see where I am at. So I'm going to just put, whoops. Oh boy. I just want to get this little piece here. See this? That's going to be his little fin or tail, or I don't know what you call it. It's not a fin, I guess. Whatever it is. So that is going to, well, I'll show you when I get this done. So now I want to make sure I have this going the right way. Since I have the whale going the other way, I think I want to put this, we'll see how it works. Let me just cut some of this. I was playing with it, so I have all these little pieces. Just kind of cut that and get it away, because I really just want this piece right here and the splash. So let's get this done. And the eye, which I think I have in there. Okay, so here's the splash. There's the eye, which I want to get. Put that over there. And then let's see. Yeah, I did this wrong. So let me do this one again. So I want it going this way. You'll see what I mean in a minute, I think. And I'm trying to get it where I don't waste too much. Okay, so that makes sense. So you just want to make sure that this piece goes along like this. And see, the other one I had was this way. So it depends on how you cut your whale out. I hope I didn't confuse y'all. Okay, so let's put our whale together first. I want to keep that eye there. And just going to put this down with a little bit of liquid glue. It's getting dark here. I don't know if it's going to rain or what. Whoops. I just want to get some of that off. And we'll just put this down right here. Okay. And then we want this little, I guess it is a fin. So let's see, how do we want it? We want it to go like that. So I'm just going to put some glue on the top part of it. And I kind of want it to cover the little fin that's already there. And then we have the splash, and I want to do the eye. So for the eye, I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool, and I just want to kind of see where I want to line it up. Of course, it's upside down here. I must have glue on my fingers. Come on. I have a hair on my thing. I'm a mess. I just want to see where I want to put the eye. Well, that's not a good place. So I want it kind of low. My problem is I have glue. So that looks okay. I'm going to just put a little piece of glue here, little dot. And this glue will dry clear. Now I know why it's dark. It's raining out. All right. Well, hopefully the lighting is okay for you guys. All right. So we have our whale done. We have our splash. And then we want to get our one of the pieces of white and just kind of lay it down. See how we want to like create our scene. And you can have it go this way or this way. And I kind of like it this way. But let's see how the whale looks. Just kind of swimming along. I do have glue on my fingers, and that is just going to be a problem here. And then I want to get, I like this, You're Kind of a Big Deal. And I did that in my Starry Sky. So I'm doing it right on this, just so I get it in the right place. You're kind of a big deal. Okay. And then I had a little seahorse, and I had some schools of fish. So I'm using crumb cake for the seahorse, because I thought that would be a good color for the seahorse. And I might make two of them. We'll put one here and one here. Okay. And then I have some schools of fish, and I'm doing that in the Tahitian Tide. So with this, I kind of figured out where I wanted it. Lift this up. You can even pick up the whale and go behind him. So let's see. Just have them swimming around. Okay, let's see how it is with the whale. I think I might even want a few more. And I'm making a mess out of this. Whew, I gotta clean that off before I do the inside. So let's see how the whale looks on here. So I think that's good, right? So let's put the whale down. And then we can build our shaker part of this. You're kind of a big deal. Okay, now let's put this on the card base. And just center it just like you would put, you know, a layer on. Okay, and oh, let's put this little splash. It's probably got the seahorse in the way. A bit better over there, but I think it's okay. So let's put this aside. So the next thing I want to do is take this piece and I want to get the acetate piece and just adhere it to the back. So I'm using my Stamp and Seal Plus, and I'm just going to put some on here just to stick the acetate to it. And this is a very strong adhesive. And one more. Okay, and then we can stick the acetate right to this. Okay, and then what we want to do is get our foam adhesive strips. And I'm just going to do kind of a piece at a time and go right around this. So what's nice with these strips is it lets you kind of bend and curve this to really get close to the area that's open. So then when we put our little beads in there, they won't move past this kind of barrier that we're making. So it's pretty cool. You can use, well, if you use dimensionals, you'd have to use a ton of them. But I know they have other kinds of tapes and stuff, but this works out really well. It's got some height to it, so it gives you that room for your sequins or whatever you're putting in there. So I'm just going to keep doing it. You can do the full strip, but I like to have it where it's, you know, I can work with it. Okay, and we'll get this all down. And then the fun part comes where we put our sequins in. And I'm using those Effervescent Elements, which are a little bit tough because they're little balls, little beads, whatever. So I also want to put some of this around here so that this is secure. And just pull off the piece the size you think you need. And if it's too long, you can curve it, you can break it. It's very, very easy to work with. It kind of looks like a mess back here, but you won't see it. Oops, I took off the back of that by accident, but that's okay. And let's get one more piece here. I just wanted to be sure that it's not going to flop here. I want it to be solid against the card. Okay, so we have this done. Let's put that aside. Now we want to put the beads on here. And this is a little bit difficult. What I did was I separated some of the smaller beads from the larger ones. So I'm just using this, and I want to try to get them up around the whale. I'll do this, I'll speed it up, because I'm really going to take my time with it so the beads don't go all over. Okay, so I think that's enough. It's hard to tell how much is enough, but we'll see. So these, did I take them off? I didn't take them off. So I'm going to take off the backing. That was the piece that was already off. And these just peel off very easily. So it's nice. It's like a double-sided piece of foam, double stick. Looks like there's a piece right there. I think I have a lot of these little balls on my floor. I kept hearing them fall. So you have to have a lot of patience to do this. If you have sequins, you can use the sequins. But I thought this was just a neat look for this. So now we want to make sure that we have it the right way. And you really want to line it up right the first time. Okay? So this is fun, right? I guess I have some of the big ones in, but I think my grandson will have fun with it. Okay, so let's do the inside now. So the inside on this one has the turtle and the fish and the hoping your birthday, all your birthday fishes come true. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I will use my Starry Sky for the sentiment. I'll put that on first. I think this is so cute. Okay, and then we'll do a little sea turtle. I saw some videos in Florida of the sea turtles eggs hatching, and they crawl to the sea. I never got to see that in person. I always wanted to, because I love turtles. They're one of my favorites, and I think that would be so cool. So they want to make sure that the lights are, I'm just going to clean that off, are turned off. They don't want, you know, outdoor lights on, headlights. They're very protective of the nests. And when they hatch, if they follow the moon to the ocean, and they have to go out on their own, you can't help them, and then they just go off and swim out into the ocean. It's really amazing. So I'm glad there's groups that kind of watch them and protect them. And that was something I wanted to do that I never did. Those things that you never do. So I'm going to just use the Stampin' Seal to put this down as well. Oops. And as I said, it's very strong, so it will hold nice. So here we go. Easy card to make. You just have to be patient, especially if you're using these kind of balls for the inside. Some of them are stuck. I think I have a couple of big ones in there, but I think it's fun. So this one again has a sequence in it, and it opens this way. And this one just has the Effervescent Elements, and it opens this way. I think my grandson will like it. It'll be fun for him. He'll probably tear it apart, and these things will be all over the place. But anyway, thanks again for joining me. I appreciate your time.